I have a decent fan base, COVID free, party every Friday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I play all the sounds.
Okay, well, we're up. We're live on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah.
For our guests to come on.
Don't forget every Wednesday, we rock on 920.
Every Wednesday, we are on what is it? We Rocks Radio.
We Rocks R920 Internet Radio worldwide.
Worldwide. We're overseas in London. What's up, Derek? Unmute your mic.
Okay, what's up? What's up?
Hey, what's up? What's up? Let's get this party started. Jay will come in when he needs to come in. So go ahead and tune that music up. Let that beat drop so I can get into it. Let the beat drop. Everybody. What's up? What's up? It's Friday night. Out at home. In the Tri-State area because it's snowing. I'm on with Tonya Jay featuring DJ J.U. Ice. We're here. It's a Friday night. Get things started. I hope everybody enjoyed their week. I hope it wasn't too tough for you. What's up, JJ? JJ is coming on right now. I'm your host, Tonya D, with Jay Jones in the house. DJ J Rice is spinning our theme music. I wish you could play some better music. What's up? What's up? What's up, Jay?
I'm there, I'm everywhere.
Hey. All right. Welcome to Always On Again with Tonya and Jay, featuring Jay Rice. It's Friday. We're gonna get into some topics here and everything. First of all, let's just talk about what's going on in your life. What's going on with you, Jay?
Jonesy's good. I'm just busy, having some fun, putting people on TV, which I love to do more and more and every day. It's a big playoff games this week. I'm so excited about that. I think I'm gonna stir up some mimosas and some martinis. I started making a little chili in between gigging and more gigging. What else is going on with Jay-Z? I just rolled down, the snowstorm's coming, it's sticking outside. I was just looking out the window. Looks like the cars are starting to stick. So I'm hot. I'm happening. I'm excited. I listened to Tony Robbins today. It's a lot of shit's going on in the world. How you doing?
Yeah. Up, yeah, exactly.
I'm looking for a glass of wine, but I guess my executive assistant took off for the rest of the night.
I'm not doing too much myself. I'm just chilling at home. I'm watching the snow myself. It's starting to stick a little bit. So we're going to see how much snow we're going to get here in the tri-state area and everything. They say it's a nor'easter. It's going to be a big one, the biggest of the year. What you thinking about that? Wine, beer, whatever, drinks, get it on popping.
Chili, that's all I'm thinking.
Stay behind in the house. Anyways, we got our first guest here, which is Derrick Reid, Derrick OC, the comedian, who's joined us today. Yay!
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm blessed. I can't think of no better place to be than hanging out with you on a Friday.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yes. Well, thanks for joining us. We needed some laughter with all these times that we're living in now.
I need a laughter on the last date I went on. I tell you, boy, driving me crazy.
What happened?
I met this girl online. We started talking. I get ready to pick up for a date. I get to the house. She telling me I got to take her and her mother out.
What?
She told me I got to take her and her mother out. She get dressed and her mother get dressed.
Did you take him out? Did you take him out?
I told them both of them to go suck an egg. I'm not taking you and your mother out. Are you kidding me? What kind of millennium bowl of crap is that? I'm taking you and your moms out?
Exactly. Come on now. Come on.
You
Do
and-
everything together? I mean, everything together? I mean,
I was like,
kind
I
of
said,
freaky.
you done fell and bumped your head.
So Derrick, tell us a little bit about yourself. Are you a comedian, right? Tell everybody
Yes,
about yourself.
Comedian. I'm actually celebrating 25 years of doing comedy.
All
I
right.
just got called to do my half-hour special.
Oh,
I'm gonna announce it on this show here. We're going to the Apollo Theater in May. So we're getting a camera crew, we're getting all the people together, and we're gonna film it, and it's gonna turn it into a short documentary. Then it's gonna go into my comedy routine at the Apollo. I'm also an actor and a writer, so I'm a triple threat.
okay, triple threat. Wait a minute. Can you dance? Can you sing? That's the only triple
I
threat.
don't know about all that now. I don't know all about that.
That's a double threat.
I got a mean two-step, I can tell you that.
So are you ready for the snow?
Yeah, I got everything basically in the house yesterday. I got everything except I blew it by not going to the liquor store. So I might have to make a liquor run tomorrow morning early. But other than that, everything's in it. Food, water, everything. I'm just ready to go for the weekend.
You know what? I made a wine store run. I definitely made a spirits run.
Yeah, I gotta do that.
You got to be packing. It could be crazy. Tonight's the night. What time does the store close? It's 9 o'clock.
The liquor stores around here, because I live in the hood, they close about 12:30, 1 o'clock. So I can actually leave this Zoom and zoom to the liquor store.
Zoom your behind to the liquor store before the doors close.
Absolutely.
Right?
Better watch your back. Shit's hectic. Every time I turn around, somebody's getting shanked.
Exactly. Watch your back, especially in these times around.
You know what? You better do like your dates and deliver that. Get that home delivery. Well, that's pretty funny. The mom, I can see that happening. Unless she's Jada Pickett and her mom, you might run into a little challenge.
Yeah, how they look? Were they good? They look good? Did the mom look better than her child? Derrick?
What's that? I didn't wait around. Once she opened the door and I went in and she said, hold on, my mom's getting dressed. And I'm like, your mom's getting dressed. And I looked and I'm like, okay, I'll be right back.
He jumped in. He was like, out, as they used to say, Audi 5000, I'm out.
I'm out. But the thing about it is, if I'm taking you and your moms out, when me and you become intimate, am I going to be intimate with you and your moms?
That's the question I got. That's some freaky stuff right there.
Let's roll. The daughter-mom thing.
If you're that scared to go out with somebody, meet them for the first time, go to a coffee shop during the day or something. I don't know, but don't bring your mom.
I totally agree. But like I said, these new millennium chicks, boy, I don't know, boy. They got a new breed. And I'm in the car driving home, and I'm saying maybe I should. She's blowing my phone up. So I pulled over, blocked the number, got back on the road. I ain't got time for no bull crap.
Wow. Yeah, they really want to try it. They really want to try it.
You see, she don't understand. I'm a comedian. I'll do my half-hour special and talk about her and her mother.
The funny thing is, one day, back in the day, I used to work for Steve Harvey, right? And which is funny because this is good for you. So I used to have these white wannabe Lenny Kravitz boots. And I came to the office one day with these white Lenny Kravitz boots, and I'm telling you, Harvey must have did 45-minute set on me. He just went off. He was like, "What are those skis? He just kept going and going and going. So I can understand what you're saying. You could do a 45 set if the girlfriend's bringing her mom, and you could just go on, and the material writes itself. So that I wish that's funny.
Tonya has a clean show, but I would go in right now, but she has a clean show, so we're gonna keep this clean. We're gonna keep it PG.
It ain't that clean, but it's clean. Yeah.
Yeah, only because the FCC trying to keep us, on lock.
Exactly.
You gotta respect the format, and we gotta respect the FCC. We don't want them to, But like I said, I just find that so odd. Is that what they're doing nowadays in the millennium? You gotta take the moms and the daughter out. I mean, like I said, I've only been dating. My last relationship was maybe about a year ago. So I took a little time to hang out, get my career set, and do a little bit of traveling. And I said, let me get back on the set. And I met a beautiful young lady. I don't deal with the kid nonsense either. You got kids, I want them either in jail or Yale, in Penn State or the State Penn. I don't mess with kids.
You're hilarious.
I don't mess with kids. Especially if they live home with you. Oh, no.
Yeah.
We don't do that. We don't do that because I'm not a good stepfather. I'm not a good role model. I'm just not. And I got 1,000 stories about how I try to date women with kids. And I'm like, put your kids away. If I'm coming to the house, put them away. I don't want to see you.
Put them under the sink. Get rid of them. Put them at the broom closet.
Put them away. And I don't care where you put them. I don't want to see him. I'm not telling you, I'm not here to play with Rashawn and Keisha. I'm not here. I'm here to talk to you and hang out with you.
I agree with you. Listen, I agree with you. On the first date, I shouldn't be seeing your kids. I don't want to meet your kids or your family. I just want to get to know you, period.
That's how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? That's like me going on a date with you and me bringing my 29-year-old son on the first date. How stupid is that?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
And then you get the ones you go to pick them up and you go to the house, it's like, all right, she got kids. I'm taking her away from the kids. You go to the house, she's dressed and her kid's dressed.
What?
I'm like, where the heck are they going?
With you on the date. You about to buy them some dinner. They hungry.
No.
What's that spot that I don't know where you were going, but it sounds like you all going together. Maybe White Castles. I don't know.
Listen,
you and
bro,
baby kids.
No, I'm not the one. My name ain't Simsalabim, and you ain't putting a banana pipe in my tail, a banana in my tailpipe. I'm not doing it, bro. I can't.
I feel you.
So
it's
look,
like it says, ain't trying to be like that. That ain't happening,
So look, Janet Jackson's documentary just dropped. I'm sure it's an hour in. Oh shit! For real? Is that? I was hoping there was some juice on it. There's no juice. You saw a little bit of it. Did you see it?
I didn't see it. I didn't see none of it.
And see, you didn't see it. I didn't see it. You didn't see it. Nobody. We talking about Kanye. I'm looking at Kim Kardashian's backside. I ain't thinking about Janet Jackson.
What? Wait a minute. Janet Jackson has some secrets that I want to know about. You understand what I'm saying? I want to know what she's, if she's going to reveal any of that during her documentary.
Oh, wow.
Michael Jackson can't get along. What? She's still bringing up Michael Jackson. She said the other day, and then I totally turned her up. She said, "Oh, Michael Jackson's pressuring me to lose weight." I'm like, "Yo, Janet, Mike is dead. What are you talking about? That's all you got? That's your A game?"
No, but did you watch the Bobby Brown documentary?
Well, I didn't see that one either.
Bobby, yeah.
Did you see it?
I didn't see it. Last one I seen was R. Kelly.
There was a little hint that she was messing with him too.
Get out of here.
No joke. So I want to watch this documentary to see, she mentioned that at all. She was messing. Okay. Yeah, there was a little hint that Janet was chilling with Bobby Brown.
Well, I hope she was, and I hope he did a line off her ass. I hope
Let me find out. Janet was getting high with Bobby.
I went to a concert with Jackson's. I went to a MSNBC, or not MS, Madison Square. I went to a Janet Jackson concert. I was like, okay, she did a couple of hits. I don't know. I'm not, I'll take Alicia Keys any day over Janet.
Oh, that's my baby. Hey, back up now. Leave my girl alone. That's my girl now.
And she's from Queens. She's from Queens, right?
I think she is. I believe so.
I think she's from Rosedale, Knoxdale, Queens.
That is my girl. Oh, I will kill you over some Alicia Keys.
That's my girl. No. I'm saying I'll take Alicia any day. She just celebrated her birthday. I'm into Alicia.
That's right. Happy birthday, Alicia Keys.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, Alicia Keys. What's up?
Happy birthday.
Me and Speed look alike, girl. You never know which one you win. It's Swiss or me. You never know.
Hey, listen.
Pick my account.
If I become famous over the next year, I'm going at it hard body. Let me give you some money. Let me get some money.
Her man got money. What you talking about, Derrick?
What's that?
With some birth.
some money.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I gotta have something to bring to the table. I can't roll up to her and I'm only making 78,000.
Yeah. And the thing I like about Elise, she know how to smoke a blunt. You got to go to her Instagram. She's up there. Can you pull it up? Oh, you can't pull it up when you get hit by the FCC. On her Instagram, she's celebrating her birthday. She's singing with DeBarge, and he's singing like this whole thing. One of his original classics, but it works for the birthday.
Okay.
And like smoking a blunt, she know how to do it. She's like, I was like, damn, girl, you from 115th Street and 8th Avenue or what? She's from like uptown for the crown, baby.
That's a cool lady right there. I think I met her one time.
Yeah, cool chick.
In front of Psychiatrist Derrick.
What's that?
I said she came to 106 in Park one time, and I met her. Fat Joe.
Oh, you used to work at 106 in Park?
Who?
What?
Me?
Yeah.
I used to
work there. I was there every day. I knew all the staff. I was there every day. Yeah.
That's
they
what
thought I worked there, and I didn't.
And I was a cliche dude in the mailroom. I was delivering the mail to all these people.
I couldn't even get in 106 in Park. They was like, no. You get the furthest you get is 100th in Park. The rest
wow. If you would have been hanging with me, you would have been backstage, all that, everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were some good old days.
Those were some good old days.
AJ, those were some good old days.
I enjoyed that. I cried when the show started. I mean, whew. But that party, that after party, that was the most. I still talk about it to this day. It's been what, 7 years now since they've been down?
Something like that, yeah.
7 to 8 years. So
not more than that. Yeah, about 7. Yeah, about that. Yeah, it's been about that.
Yeah, it's been about.
But
that.
the only thing I wish I'd have took some more pictures with AJ Free and a lot of the guests that came on that show. I wish I'd have took pictures. But but it is what it is.
Yeah, I wish I would have took more pictures with AJ and Free as much as I used to hang out with him.
Yeah.
Or even Bow Wow. I used to see him every morning. And we compete about eyes and everything. I said, are you my brother?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if he remembers. I'm sure he does, because I used to talk mad crap to him.
Yeah, I'm sure he remembers. You know what? Nick got it now. Nick brought 106 back to the studio. So it's popping.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go step into one of the tapings one of these days.
Oh, they brought it back?
106, it's not 106, it's Nick Cannon's show.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Same studio. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a nice studio. It was sad that 106, well, that's when Viacom had took over, or CBS took over. And
Oh, okay.
That's why they were 106 in Park was never at 106 in Park.
It was inside
my boy Ghost here. Ghost, you around? J.U. Ice? We call J.U. Ice Ghost.
J.U. Ice, you got to say something.
J.U. Ice is like Ghost from Power. What's up, J.U. Ice? Are you Omari? What's going on?
J.U. Ice, say something. Oh well. We try to get him and everything. But listen.
He counting his money. He's doing the money challenge. He's counting his money.
Oh, okay. That's what he's doing.
The money.
All right. Yeah. Count your money. Count your money, baby. Count your money. But anyways, wait a minute. Did y'all hear about Chris Brown?
No.
He's being accused of rape.
Chris Brown?
Yes.
Wow.
Some girls accusing him of rape on some yacht back in 2020. You look it up. He's all over the goddamn news.
He gets accused of rape every 10 seconds. It's terrible.
This is what he says. Every time he's getting ready to drop an album or a new song, somebody's always accusing him of something. So he's getting ready to drop some music. I don't know. Chris, man, I love your music. I loved you ever since.
I love Chris. You can't admit it. You can't admit it in public. I don't love Chris.
Yeah. Wait, Chris. I love you. Wait.
I don't love Chris. No. You know, I was watching my favorite movie, Act Like a Man, Think Like a Woman, or whatever.
Oh, that's mine too.
You know, Chris was in that. He was funny. He was great.
Oh yeah, no doubt. He played an excellent supporting role like that.
Yeah. Every time Chris lawyer's fees are like dynamic.
I mean, I would love to be his lawyer.
Me too. Because Chris is always in Paris. He was accused of rape. In LA, he's accused of.
I mean, God, dog, Poor thing. Poor thing. Just
Mm.
It is.
yeah, but this girl, some dancer, they were on a yacht for a couple days, and I don't know, she's accusing him of rape, and he's saying, nah, this is just a music thing. Every time you think about when we drop music, that's when somebody's going to accuse me. So
It's hard to accuse somebody of rape if you're on their yacht. I mean,
I mean,
in the middle of the ocean.
what happened? He said, it happened in 2000. You said 2000? That's 22
No,
years ago.
2020.
Oh, 2020. Okay, 2 years ago.
This is like, yeah. So it just came out. I don't know what
my yacht, you eating my lobster, we hanging out, you know I want to get with you, and now all of a sudden I'm being accused of listen, we gotta listen to the women. Women, I know I was terrible. I said that, it was horrible, I know, but we gotta listen to you. No doubt about it.
Yeah, gotta listen.
It just doesn't sound, we don't know all the details, so it don't shake right.
Right.
People don't understand. It's so hard being an entertainer. I mean, it is so hard because you get these beautiful women coming at you, and then you're saying to yourself, is it worth it? Because, sometimes, Tonya, we go to the after parties, we get a little tipsy, we start kicking it, and I get into your groove.
Right.
And things happen. But then the next day you sober up and you're like, wow, what did I do? And I guess they feel, I don't know, a sense of I don't know. So that's why you have to really, really be careful as an entertainer. I mean, there's been times when I've been to some after parties and I'm like, should I take it back to the hotel room, or should I take my drunk, horny behind to sleep? And I choose the latter, to go to sleep. Right. Because you never know. These people come out, boy, and the only thing I need now, I need no scandal. I'm about to do my half-hour special. I don't need no girl saying I raped her in 1999 at a 106 Park after party.
Well, that's real talk, I mean, I get it, because you do be like having to struggle with yourself. You be like, should I take my sleep, or should I try to, get with, whoever the blank is? And it's hard to make that decision, to tell you the truth,
Listen, I ain't gonna lie, I slipped up a few times. So if a scandal comes out, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about Chris Brown. You're like, did you hear about Chris Brown? He's accused of
Tonya, I've been to Vegas a few times, Tonya. I've been to Vegas a few times. So
hey, listen, what goes on in Vegas stays there, right? Yeah.
Shit, what goes on in the restaurant bathroom stays there. What goes on at the top of the peninsula in the Four Seasons stays there.
Right there. Right there.
But anyway, let's get off of that topic before we get murdered. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. I don't want to get depressing about Regina King, but I do want to talk about Kanye. Why is Kanye spreading rumors about Pete D? They call Pete Davidson having what did he say? Did he say he had AIDS? I don't know what he said. He said something crazy.
What?
Kanye is taking it to some far extremes that he's never gonna get Kim back.
Well, listen, he's been extreme since we've known his name.
Yeah, true.
Way out there.
So he's still trying to get Kim back. He's still trying.
Pathetic.
Why?
That's what I said. You know
why? Kim's happy now. Is she I hope she's happy. I don't know if she's happy or not, but she's happy.
She seems content for sure. Yeah. I mean, it seems like it's happening. Yeezy is just, I don't know. He just got a lot of money. He's a powerful cat. And I guess he figures he can have who and whatever and get back whatever. But it's apparent that, and we were going to talk about this for the whole show, his mental health might be, somewhat in the red zone.
Right, and we should talk.
AKA, the motherfucker got bipolar, but I don't. But I'm not a doctor.
We don't know if that's for sure, but yeah.
But he's got a documentary that's coming out that I heard got some sizzle to it.
What?
Oh, wow.
I heard it was screened at Sundance, and they ain't mad at it. Dedications to his mom.
I mean, it's about his whole life or what?
Yeah. He got paid $30 million. No, I know. Netflix dropped him $30 million. So that's why he could do all this craziness. And to me, he's got this hottie with him, Miss Fox. I don't know her first, Julia Fox or whatever. And she's looking like, you know, shit. Dynamite, as we used to say back in the day.
Don't go back that far. That's too much.
Yeah, well, she fire. She lit.
Yeah, but like, you know what? He's never been the same since his mom died. He never been the
That's what I
same.
was gonna say.
His
Exactly.
mom died. He just went over and like just I don't know. He just started losing it. Started doing like irate things and just like
So,
you know.
so him saying that Pete has AIDS, was it like when he grabbed the mic with what's her name?
No, they're not saying how the rumor started, but they're saying he's doing it. But he's got a lyric on one of his new cuts. You know, we keep it current. One of his new cuts, that he dropped. He wants to kick Pete Davidson's ass.
Mm.
Where you been, Tonya?
You know what? I am not a Kanye fan. I have never bought. I listen to some of his music when it comes on, Sirius XM or whatever. I listen to it and everything, but I'm not one to be like, oh, I gotta have his joint. You understand what I'm saying? But and
his joints are everywhere. That's what makes him so dope. He got Alicia Keys cut. He got so many cuts on people's. I mean, he's a genius like that that you don't even know that's a Kanye cut. That's why he's a billionaire.
Right, well, he was a dope producer before he started doing, rapping and everything. And I appreciate that. Yeah, he's still dope. He's still dope, but it's just that I'm not a big time fan. Yeah,
he's just bipolar. I didn't know if he was stuck in Linden, New Jersey, and then news ain't got there. I know the bridge fell in Pittsburgh. Maybe he was busy with that. But other than that,
like I said, I was busy with some crazy news today. Crazy from the time on. Crazy.
What was it?
It was just like attorney general stuff, police shootings. Police shootings. That's what I was doing. And my condolences to the family who lost the two officers here in New York City who shot in Harlem. Oh my God. What's his name? Jason Rivera. Yeah. And his family was he was buried today. And his wife, she was only married to him for a couple of years, maybe 2 years.
She was good. She was great.
Yeah, and her eulogy was awesome. I mean, I was crying as I was editing. That's how deep and powerful it was.
Wow. You need a drink.
Yeah, I do. You got one?
Yeah.
I'm fresh out.
I pour it on you, boo. Yeah, because
so deepest condolences to both of the families who lost
that was a horrible situation. I mean, I know we don't like to get into the deep stuff, but that cat had some type of tricked out Glock I've never seen before.
Oh, wow,
yeah. You know about that story, Derrick, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a lot of friends in law enforcement.
So
very sad, I have a lot of friends in law enforcement. And actually, that's the route I was going to go when I was coming up, was law enforcement. I actually took classes to John Jay. I went through the whole procedure of all that nonsense. And I got called for corrections first. And that didn't fly because I had an investigator, and this is back in the day, and he was gay, and he kept hitting on me like, dude, I like women. And he kept saying, well, you want the job, you got to really be a team player. Like I said, I'm a team player, bro. You ain't been to me over no desk and been me over the desk and not for a job? Nah, bro. And then I found out later on he got investigated and he got sued. And a couple of my friends sued and got some real big money. And I should have sued.
Yeah,
but
it's harassment.
I would go in there with my paperwork and he'd be hitting on me. And I'd be like, is this what I got to do to get a job for corrections?
Oh, God.
That take one for the team.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, bro.
That goes back to, that goes back to like, listen to women. We got to listen to men too, because we don't listen to men all the time. And that's what me and Tonya was talking about. Originally, we were going to do this whole sanity, mental health thing, because it seems like no one's listening, not listen to the women, but it seems like no one's listening to the men.
Well, I believe that men don't know how to express. They don't want to because they feel weak. That's the biggest thing. But I did do a quick interview with Dr. Jeffery Gardere.
Okay.
And I'm going to put it into this. I can't play the tape because it's still processing for some reason. I would, but I would like to reference some things that he had said. He was saying during the interview that, you know, a lot of the new generation right now, they're the ones that are coming in and talking and getting and repairing their mental health, getting it together. And he said, and also COVID started this whole, this whole thing. It's like it was a tipping point for everybody, all Black males, everybody to come in and talk to somebody about their mental health, because, you know, death, losing their job, money and everything, all that stuff piled up on people. And now, you know, the younger generation is making a way for everybody to come in, because the younger generation, they're all about being healthy and spiritually and mental health and everything, making sure they're okay. So now everybody's on board with that. But he did make a great point, and I'm going to play the interview when I edit it in. And it's really good, really good. And thank you.
We look forward to that. That's awesome. Yeah. Thanks, Dr. Jeff. I know that brother. He's a solid brother.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
That brother. Yeah, I see him on Pix 11 a lot.
Oh, but really?
Yeah.
I used to see. He was on some a couple of shows too.
Yeah, it's been like on Bravo and like a main, like a go-to when it comes to mind, body, and soul.
Yeah, he was on a couple of shows, like reality shows. I remember that. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. They would definitely go to him for therapy and everything. So, you know,
I ain't going to him for therapy, but I could dig it.
So,
well, you know what? The funny thing is, therapy. I'm into therapy. I'm into therapy. I'm into coaching. I know my little girl goes to therapy as well, and I go with. Well, they don't allow me to go with her because it's private. But I think I think it's a good avenue, a great avenue actually, to be able to express yourself and express your inner thoughts and peel back that onion peel, so to speak, to get to that level so you can express what's going on, because there's a lot of things that happen. I remember working for Dr. Phil. I love about Dr. Phil the most is that he has these books and you have to read them and you kind of want to read them as well. And those, when you start getting into self-care and health, you start to realize, oh, you know what I mean, that experience I had at camp where, you know, they threw me in the pool, I bailed the ground, I'm gonna do this, or of course, you know, the obvious, if your parents got divorced or your uncle was an alcoholic and, you know, all that stuff. But it's so many other reasons. I mean, it's the reason sometimes I watch Soul Sunday. Like, I like Oprah. I don't love Oprah. I know a lot of people I just love me some Oprah. But what I really like about Oprah is her Soul Sundays.
Oh, I love it. I love that too.
Those, you know, you can, you know, because I know on those episodes, she kind of connects with the therapy types and the self-care types and that type of thing. And that's really interesting. And that's why I said earlier, I was, you know, listening to some Tony Robbins and trying to check it out. Because you always want to better yourself, whether it's your relationship or just how you pursue your goals.
Right.
So we don't all pursue our goals. I mean, like, you know, I guess we're saying earlier, you know, I want I want to know your kids from Yale, not from jail. You know, so it's like, how do you make that determination? Because sometimes you feel like you get the short stick in the deal. You know, it's like everybody's not riding around in private planes, or even Kanye. Kanye's a billionaire. I mean, though he might be crazy, you know. Listen,
you think too much money? You think too much money means
4 seasons? Yeah.
You think too much money? Too much money, you know, too much access to things, money and power that your mind spends, you know. I don't know.
I wouldn't mind that type of crazy.
No.
Yeah. I want that type of crazy in a second.
But you know what? The interesting thing is, I grew up in a pretty rough neighborhood. My mom is, God bless her soul, she's from the South. So when she came up here, she met my father, and she had me and my 3 brothers. And the neighborhood was tough, and I kept getting into fights, and my mother thought something was wrong with me, but it was nothing wrong with me. It was the environment that I was in. I was adapting to it. So she had me see a psychiatrist at age 9.
Mm.
So I'm sitting in the office and he's sitting there with me and he's talking to me and I'm saying, bro, you're a white dude. Do you know what goes on in the hood? So, you know, he evaluated me. You know, I drew pictures, did all that nonsense, all that psychological bull crap. And he found nothing wrong with me. But my mother kept saying, my son keep having fights. But it was fights for, let's say I'm going to the ice cream truck. Somebody tried to take my money from the ice cream truck. So now I got to fight you.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I have, let's say a toy, and I'm outside playing my toy, somebody tried to come take my toy. I had to fight. But she didn't know that. She didn't grow up in that type of environment. So she's like, this guy is going to be, he's going to grow up a thug.
Mm.
But
Did you tell her? You didn't tell her?
I told her, I said, try to take my ice cream money. And she couldn't understand. What do you mean? He tried to take my ice cream money. He gave me money for the ice cream truck. I went to the ice cream truck. He grabbed me in the headlock and tried to get my money. So I had to fight.
Mm.
But she
Had to fight to survive. Fight to survival.
She grew up in a small town of Augusta, Georgia, and it was none of that. It was none of that going on, you know.
Mm.
So
I like Georgia. I like that town.
Yeah, very small town.
Where you grow up? Fucking Fort Apache?
Hollis, Queens. I grew up in Hollis, Queens back in the day, man. Rough neighborhood, bro.
Hollis was bad in the day?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's all bad. It's just what it is. You know, we all from that same neighborhood. You know, someone was looking for, at least you could fight. I was trying to fight. I had to run.
Nah, man, I was out there scrapping. Either I was gonna get my butt kicked or I was gonna kick some butt. You know, and the interesting thing is, everybody that came out of that neighborhood has been a success.
Oh, wow.
Fubu, I know these cats. Fubu, DMC, LL Cool J.
That's true.
Who else? A bunch of people came out of that little small circle.
Didn't Heavy D and them come from there? Heavy D came from Hollis?
I think Heavy D was Mount Vernon, I think he was.
Oh, Mount Vernon, okay.
Yeah, because what happened, that small area, there was, I'm gonna give you an example. There was Farmers Boulevard, there's Hollis Avenue, and there's Murdoch Avenue.
Right.
And there's a spot where I grew up called Henderson. And those 4 areas, we all competed with each other as far as sporting activities. But after sporting activities, if I was on Murdoch playing basketball, at the end of the game, we were chased out the park back to our neighborhood. Vice versa. They came to our park to play basketball. If they wanted something, we would chase them back to Murdoch. And the same thing went with for Hollis, Farmers, in my area. So when we grew up, I grew up knowing Fubu, playing sports with them. I grew up with DMC playing sports with them. Me and LL Cool J took karate at the freaking YMCA.
Really?
Wow.
My mother enrolled me in karate because I kept getting into fights and stuff. I'd come back all bloodied up and everything, but I mean, I'd win. So she enrolled me in karate. And lo and behold, LL Cool J is in the karate class with me.
Damn.
I mean, who knew back then he'd be famous?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's still a great talker though, you know, that's still kind of cool.
Yeah.
I heard of Farmers Boulevard a lot. It seems like
I've got family
music and songs and shit.
Yeah.
I got family out that way. You know, I got family out that way. I used to live out that way myself.
I think Queens got the best looking women in all the boroughs.
Oh.
Yo, I drive the bus in the South Bronx, bro. There's some beautiful women in the South Bronx. They poor as hell, but they fine as I don't know what, boy.
They good looking in the boogie down. They good looking, because that's where I went to high school. And
man, listen to me, bro. The Dominicans and some of them Dominican women up there, holy jeez. I almost crashed my bus a couple of times. Look at them crossing the street.
Now, the mint too. The mint for me,
Yeah.
They're on point. I'd be like, oh my God.
But you know what, the Queens girls, they were always a little high sedity, like stuck up type. You know what I mean?
That's why it's called Queens.
Yeah, it was like, come on, y'all. I mean, it's like, come on.
Yeah, let me tell you, you'd rather hang out in Queens than Hunts Point, trust me.
Right. Let me ask you, Derrick.
For the audience that don't know those areas, just in case, you know, Hunts Point's a small part of the Bronx. Queens, Harlem, Queens, that's another borough, just in case, you know, we got that
international. They know what Hunts Point is. They watch HBO.
Yeah.
But they don't that they thinking The Wire. They think
okay, yeah. But y'all do remember HBO, Hunts Point.
Right.
Sexy, they'll try to be sexy, the sexy voice and everything. So Derrick, would you go to see a psychiatrist now for your mental health?
Yeah, and I'm actually looking for a therapist because I think something wrong with me. I'm a comedian, so there's always something wrong with us. But you know the two sides of the comedy clown, right? One is happy, one's sad.
Yeah, Robin Williams. You wouldn't know.
See, people don't understand. Like when I see certain comics, I look at him and say, this brother's going through something. He's depressed. Richard Pryor was a genius.
Yes.
But that brother was hurt inside. I mean, I look at him do his comedy and I'm like, this brother is something wrong with him. Because I mean, I'm analytical when I watch comedians and I can still sort of tell. Jim Carrey, there's something wrong with that guy. Jim Carrey, there's something wrong with that cat. I could look at him and say something, he got some mental issues. Robin Williams, David Chappelle, yeah, he got something wrong with him too. But when Robin Williams killed herself, I could tell something was wrong with that guy. I mean, people couldn't see it. I'm like, you can't see something wrong with this guy here? And he wound up killing himself.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but that was like years probably. Years of hurt.
Yeah, but like me, I know I'm mentally deranged from growing up as a child. I know I'm jacked up. So
well, you know,
I'm actually looking now for a therapist. I'm looking for a therapist. Maybe I need to talk about it. I mean, I talk about it on stage, which is, you know, you get some of that out on stage. It's like,
is that your therapy? That's your therapy, right?
That's my therapy. But y'all laughing at me. I'm like, damn it, I'm telling you my pain.
Well, I know. I'm trying not to laugh because you know what? Sometimes you don't know. You're like, oh, that's funny. But then when you break it down like that, you're like, you know, we can't laugh. It's you know.
I've been through some stuff as a child. I'm telling you, woo-wee. I mean, the thing about I'm writing a book about my experience as a child growing up in the inner city, because like I said, my mother didn't understand that we had to fight. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of what I'm going to talk about because she put me in karate. She tried to understand me fighting every day and all that. So what she did for the summertime, this is what she did, people. She put me in a military camp. I'm 12 years old doing push-ups, sit-ups, and running in place in a military camp.
Ooh.
I could not believe it. I went in that place, man. Let me tell you something. That honed who I am today. But every day in that camp, I cried too. I had to suck it up.
Wow.
I mean, some of the camp was designed for the people in the inner city who were having problems with their kids, like kids were going in and out of jail, juvenile hall.
Worry. She thought you were going to either die or go to jail. I could tell
right.
you.
I mean, I definitely understand why she did what she did. But how long was the camp?
I did 2 weeks there.
Oh,
and it seemed like 2 months. You know, you're on 2 months, and I mean, we had to make our beds a military style. We had to clean on the tree. We had to go to. It was just like it was horrible. It was a horrible summer. But as the third or fourth day, I had to adapt, which I was good at. And my cabin was the worst cabin throughout the whole. It was two cabins. My cabin and another cabin was the worst cabin throughout the camp. And I mean, we had some we did some stuff in that camp, but when I adapted to it, I became used to it. It was like a lifestyle for me, like, yo, fighting for food, fighting for snacks, fighting for your commissary. It was just crazy. So
the world fighting for your life.
Sound like Rikers Island to me.
Yeah.
In a sense it was. But it didn't help me. It made me worse. So when I came home from the camp, I was 10 times worse. I learned how to fight better. I learned how to do some moves I could put you to sleep and all kind of stuff. So now I get back to the neighborhood. I'm ready. Let's go. Who won it? Who won it? I just did 2 years in a military camp. Who won this? So it made me worse.
Wow. I know.
Yeah,
you probably walking around with your money. I got some change. Who wants it? Who wants this ice cream? I'm gonna light you up, you know?
I was ready, boy. That man, they taught me some moves, boy. They taught me some more chokeholds. I was ready. Who won it?
A lot of our mothers went to camps like that, you know, military camps, day camps, sleepaway camp. All of a sudden you're making, you know, hospital corners on those heavy duty blankets, you know, waking up with jewels and shit. You be like, this ain't no motherfucking Happy Days.
Yeah, hospital corners.
You know,
4-inch fold.
Yeah, this is some deep shit right here. You know,
Man.
wearing the uniforms and whatnot.
And we had a downtime where we had to write home to our parents every day. And every day I wrote my mom telling her, get me the hell out of here, what's going on. And I cried for the first 4 days. That 5th day I had to suck it up. I'm like, and I would only cry when I went to bed at night. The lights went out, because you can't show weakness.
Right.
So when the lights went out at night, I'd be in my bunk and I'd be crying my behind up, man. Like, what the heck is going on? But I had to adapt to say, you know what? She's not coming to get me. So it is what it is.
What part of town was this in? Was it Poughkeepsie, New York or something?
It was up in the upper New York area. And actually, I went online to look for the location. They still operate, but they operate under a different name. What happened? They had a scandal there. And I'm trying to find an article. What happened? There was a guy in my bunk who kept peeing in the bed. He had a nervous condition. They kept peeing in the bed. So they would make him do extra stuff. And then one day they got mad at him. And this is a true story too. I mean, I'm looking for the article. A white dude. They took him out. They took him out in the morning time. Right when we were cleaning the bunks out and getting ready for inspection. And they took a nail and they nailed it on the wall. And they gave him a wedgie and they hung him on the wall with the nail on the wall. And they told us while we're cleaning, this is what we do to people that keep peeing in the bed, who don't get up and go to the bathroom. And the dude's on the wall screaming and yelling and, oh my God. And we looked and the wedgie went so far up his anal that it must have ruptured something. So he started bleeding down his leg. The blood started coming down his leg like gushing. They took him off the wall and took him to the infirmary. And the 2 people that did it, the 2 drill sergeants that did it, they were fired, but it was a scandal where his parents sued the camp. And I mean, when he was on the wall, it was funny, but when he started bleeding out the anal, problems. And that's the camp I was in.
You know what? I think I almost feel like I heard that story or that news.
Yeah, the guy with the white dude.
I heard about that.
His parents sued the heck out of it. It was called Camp Pythian. That was the name of the camp, Camp Pythian.
Yeah, I heard of that camp. I think when I was with Geraldo Rivera, we did a story about that camp.
Camp Pythian. I was in there. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I heard of that. Or maybe my brother went there, because somebody told me that story about a guy who peed in the bed every day and they did something, I can't remember the punishment, but something of that nature, like there was a wedgie involved.
You hung him on the wall.
But if we all from the same area and the same type of thing and went to the same camp, somebody, I mean, you didn't have Instagram back then, but that, we all, our parents were like, either you was going to the PAL or Camp Pythian or somewhere, because your ass was running wild in these streets and we don't want you to die.
Right. And the right thing about it, that was the first time I experienced prejudice.
Oh yeah.
The first time I experienced prejudice was in Camp Pythian. We had something called recreation time, and you can do whatever you want to do. And they had skates. The drill sergeant gave all the white kids skates, gave all the black kids basketballs, and gave all the Spanish kids a soccer ball. I couldn't catch it as a young child. I'm like, what the? I said, I don't want to play basketball. I want to roller skate. So I go to the drill sergeant. I'm like, drill sergeant, give me some skates. I don't want to play basketball. He said to me, and I quote, "Go over there with your own kind." This is what he told me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, are you kidding me? I couldn't. I'm like 12 years old. I couldn't catch it. Like, what do you mean my own kind? What are you talking about? He said, black boys play basketball, white boys skate, Spanish boys play soccer. Now get over there before I give you some push-ups. I kid you not, bro. I couldn't wrap my mind around it.
I believe it.
So I wrote home to my mom and told my mother what happened. I told her I wanted to roller skate, and they gave me a basketball. So it got back to the camp, and it got back to the drill sergeant. That sucker took me in the back of the barracks and beat the crap out of me.
Wow.
He said, "You will never write a letter like this again to your mom," and beat the crap out of me. He called me the N-word.
Wow.
Left me in the back of the barracks. I need mental help. I need something wrong up here. But you know what? I know how I got him back though. I got him back though, because I'm from the hood. I don't play that nonsense. I don't play that. You don't mess with me. I'm from the hood. So what happened? We had something called fight night, where everybody in the camp go down to the arena, and each bunk would fight against another bunk. So my bunk was the best because we had the roughest dudes. And on the north side, on the south side, they had a dude who was from the Bronx. He was the toughest dude. The dude in my barracks was beating everybody on my side, and the dude from the south side was beating everybody on his side. So they had to fight each other to see who was the best inside the camp. So everybody's down in the boxing arena. I raise my hand. I tell a drill sergeant I have to go to the bathroom. The bathroom is at the barracks, so I got to go to the barracks. So I go to the barracks. Now his barrack, it had a glass window. So I took a big brick. I took it and I threw it through his window and bust the window out. And the window, all the glass went on his cot. So I'm like, I got him back. But what happened? Another dude was in the barracks taking a leak, a white dude. He saw it like, oh, shoot, I'm going to tell Drill Sergeant Paul what you just did. So he takes off running. I take off running behind him. I said, if I don't catch this dude before he gets to the drill sergeant, that's my butt. So I catch the dude and I jack him up. I beat the crap out of him. I grab him by the face. I choke him. I said, if you tell him I'll kill you, I'll kill you, I'll kill you, I'll kill you. So at the end, we walk back to the barracks. He goes to the barracks. He goes ballistic. Who the hell broke my window? This is bullshit. Everybody line up in formation. I'm going to drill you suckers till you die. I want to know who broke my window. Who the... And the white dude looking at me, I'm looking at him like...
It's like that scene set it off.
Push-ups, sit-ups, running and drilling. And every time we get up, people like, somebody say something. And I look at the white dude, I'm like, you better not. But that's how I got him back. But that's the thing I went to in my childhood. That's why I need.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah,
if you serious, I agree. You need therapy. If you,
I got him back though. I got that sucker back. He never knew who did that. He never knew who did it. And he had to pick the glass up. And man, that brother was mad as I don't know what. But like I said, I'm from the city. I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna get you.
Well, hey, listen. With Regina King. Oh my God, my condolences again. I'm sorry. First of all, my computer just shut off. So now I'm on my iPad. I don't know what happened, but and it's not connecting. But anyways, my condolences again to Regina King and her family.
Now, but what our son, what happened? He committed suicide?
Yeah. And this is why we were talking about mental health and with Black men. We just don't know. I don't know. Just don't know. I wouldn't just say, I'm going to say our Black men in general, but I'm just going to say people in general at this point, because COVID has really taken its toll on a lot. Let's see now. I don't want to join the meeting, but anyways, didn't want to be a Debbie Downer.
Right. But I mean, this generation is the most sad generation I've ever seen.
Oh my God.
How do we go from the war on drugs to now it's okay to use drugs? I mean, that baffles me. Back in the day, everything was like, no, the war on drugs, say no to drugs. Now it's like, yeah, say yeah. Everybody get high. Everybody take pills. It's the worst generation.
Yeah.
It's like they get depressed and automatically I'm gonna get a bag of weed, or I'm gonna get drunk, or I'm gonna pop some pills.
Right.
I mean, we did it back in our day, but it wasn't that bad, man. Now it's like it's out of control.
Well, they're lacing it with fentanyl and everything. I wouldn't share anything with anybody at all because they're lacing stuff with fentanyl. You'll die for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, fentanyl is everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways,
fucked me up with that camp story, though. I tell you.
Yeah, like I said, I'm actually gonna write. I really want to write and put into a movie form, but I think I'm gonna do a book form first because I got a lot of stories out of that camp, man. And like I said, me being a writer and a comedian, somebody has to know that story, man. And it's a great story.
It's incredible.
Look, listen, everybody's got a good story. Everybody's got stories. They definitely do. Everybody's got a story. But anyways, we about to get up out of here. It's like 9:54 or something like that. Any last thoughts or anything like that? Oh, well, before I go, well, I'll introduce the video with Dr. Jay later and everything. Hopefully, my computer crashed. That's exactly what happened. It crashed. But any last thoughts?
Yeah, I think that we need to sit down and talk to our kids more and try to get more in depth into their lives. Last 2 years ago, right before COVID hit, I did a comedy show to raise awareness to bullying in the schools. And I had no idea the impact that bullying had on these kids nowadays. Not only physical bullying, but what they call cyberbullying, where they bully you over the computer. I did the research because I wanted to go in and I wanted to be knowledgeable of what the kids go through. And I also spoke to my two cousins. One is in junior high school, one in elementary school. And they expressed concern about how when they get bullied on the internet, that they don't want to go to school. So we have to watch and talk to our kids about stuff like that. Thank God her mom's talked to her, because her older daughter was getting bullied over the internet and she would not go to school. She didn't want to go to school, wouldn't get out to bed.
Wow.
So she did the investigation and she found out her daughter being cyber bullied over the internet, and they addressed the issue. But had she not addressed the issue, her daughter would have been going through life with, jacked up. So we got to start talking to our kids more and finding out what's going on in their lives. We got to get down to the nitty gritty, man. We really, really, really do.
Yeah. Well, bullying's been around since the beginning of time. So, and yes, you do carry scars with you. Okay. I'll tell you a bullying, you do. When I was a young teenager, I guess preteen or whatever, I was living overseas. My bullying was the forehead. They used to come on the bus and slap me in the forehead, call me foul.
I'm sorry.
No, it is funny. It is funny. So I'm sitting there in my seat, after a day at school, I'm sitting on my seat on the bus and everything, and people just come by like, Bo here. And sometimes they slap my forehead with 4 fingers. Yeah. So some people just can't handle certain things. I wasn't scarred. I wasn't scarred by it or anything. I didn't care because I always clapped back, when I could, whatever, if they weren't, at that time. But a lot of people, I'm going to say a majority of people carry some of that bullying stuff. You remember there was an era where people were fat and all of a sudden, look at me now. Remember Jenny Jones used to do that show? Look at me now. Yeah. So, we do need to talk to the kids. And parents do need to be involved in everything. But bullying's been going on forever.
Yeah, bullying sucks.
Yeah, it does. It does suck.
Bullying
but now
sucks.
we're in
People take their lives,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Pressure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pressure. But anyways, we're getting ready to get out of here. It's 9:57. Jay, you can turn up that music and everything. Derrick OC Bus Driver.
Oh, my Instagram handle is DEE_Red 2001. Once again, DEE_Red 2001. On Facebook is Derrick OC Reid. On Twitter is OC the Bus Driver.
Bus driver. You really drive a bus, right?
Absolutely. South Bronx.
South Bronx, South Bronx and everything. When's your next show?
I have a show on Tuesday in Harlem, February 1st. The next one is February 12th. I have 2 on February 12th. One in Brooklyn, one in Queens. After that, February 20th in Queens. So I have 3 coming up.
Right. What's that Instagram again?
DEE_Red, RED 2001 on Instagram.
All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, Derrick.
Absolutely. And I'll see you out there time. We'll kick it. We'll hang out. We'll kick it.
Exactly.
I'm actually doing a podcast tomorrow in the Comedy in Harlem. They call me to do something for them in Harlem Sunday.
Oh, you doing a podcast at Comedy in Harlem?
Yeah, they doing some kind of thing with that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Shout out to Jamie Roberts, man. Jamie Roberts and his girl Nikki
Shout
Sunshine.
out to
Open
Jamie
up a
Roberts.
black
Roberts,
owned comedy club in Harlem. Black owned.
Yes, black owned comedy spot. Great comedians come out there. Make sure you all come out. If you live in the area, come out to Harlem.
Yeah.
Comedy in Harlem. You got good food, good drinks, and good laughs. There you go.
Absolutely.
Shout out to you, Jamie.
That's
All right, y'all.
spot.
Thank you. Yeah,
we
a good spot.
Black News Network.
Oh yeah. So he's doing his thing. Jamie's doing his thing. He's definitely doing his thing.
You saw him on Channel 2. They did something on Channel 2, the news with him.
Yeah. Saw that. Yeah.
Very good.
That was good. We're gonna make hopefully we can make that club something big so everybody want to come there, fly in, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, y'all, we're getting out of here.
Hey, nice meeting you, man.
No doubt, man. It was great. Eye-opening.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, friend me on Facebook, man. Friend me on Facebook.
I'm trying to friend you on Instagram, but at DEE_REED.
No, RED. 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 Red 2001.
Oh, I see it.
All right. Okay, we're getting out of here. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good night, Tonya.
Stay safe. Good night, Derrick. Thank you so much. Make sure you're safe and make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook at TJ Always On. JUI, take us out of here.
All right. See you, Tonya.
Stay home. Don't drive in the snow.
Stay by home. Stay out the snow. Bye, y'all. Okay, bye.
Peace. That was fun. See you next week. TJJUIs, keep it real, like a piece of blue steel. No doubt.